Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you. What do
really
you think
appreciate it.
about the session, by the way? What do you think about the coaching?
Well, first of all, I think it's fantastic because it exposed what I needed to know, bad habits. And I thought that that was like, and I was like, what is holding me back? And now that you kind of like, and I always kept looking at it, maybe, and again, a different perspective always makes things, different.
If you ever thought about booking a coaching session, now is the time. On my website, I do have special discounts up to 50% to every single option of coaching. So if you want to get better and take advantage of the discounts, go ahead and book your own personalized coaching until it's too late. I'll see you in the session. Okay, good. And you didn't tell me, Garland, you didn't tell me your goal. What is your goal?
Yes, I was about to say that. So I like to think of it as start small and then go big, if that makes any
Okay.
sense. So I think my goal for this season is to climb at least from gold 4 to platinum 4. I think that's a pretty reasonable goal. And also to, if there's a couple things that I will say that I need to improve. Number one, it's mechanics always.
Okay.
I mean, as an AD carry player, you have to improve your mechanics. So
True.
that would be, you know, especially laning and team fighting. I think there are definitely things that I can improve. Um, Also, I would say, like when we get into specifics, um, for that mechanic section, like for example, on Jhin, I know that I know how his Q works. I don't know how his Q, but like I'm very good with his Q. I'm good with his W and his E, but his R, I'm not
Oh,
consistent.
okay, I see. So you're not consistently hitting those.
Yes,
Yes.
correct. Yeah. So I want to be able to consistently hit them, and be not that make it a point of fact to hit them pretty well. Um, Furthermore, I think something that I can work on is laning with non-tank supports. And what I
Mm.
mean by that is when I'm playing with, if you've probably done this before, but with against tank supports,
When you have a
it's very
Yumi.
difficult. If you understand what I'm trying to say, yeah, it's very difficult. So, for example, the game where I'm playing Jhin and I 17, 4, and 15, while that looks like a good game, there were a lot of mistakes that I made that game, and that was with, excuse me, uh, what was I going to say? That was with,
An enchanter support? Like
yes,
someone.
that was with well, it's not an enchanter, it's a mage support, if that makes any sense. Uh,
Okay.
So I think that those are the things that are holding me back, and then team fighting, very important. That I mean, again, you're an AD carry. Team fighting is the number one thing, but knowing when and how to space, where and how to space, is the most important aspect of the game. And I think that I do a good job, but I want to do a fantastic job. If that makes any sense.
I see. I
And
see.
and then just very more quickly, I'm sorry, I know this is a lot of stuff. A goal I have of mine is to try to hit 80 CS at 10 minutes as an 80 carry.
80
That's a
CS
goal.
at 10 minutes. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is a
So
goal.
I would, yeah. So goal every game is to hit 80 CS uh, every game because and this is regardless of kills. If let's say my laner, let's say that my support just int, for example, it's a better way to scale and get my items and be more efficient, excuse me, with my ability, with my, not abilities, excuse me, efficient with my goal.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Okay. Good.
yeah,
So let's
so
go into the
I know a
analysis of
lot
the
of the
lane.
skills are transferable, but yeah, I played mid. And I just wanted to try. I like AD carry as well. And I liked it when I played it in season 9, and then when I switched over in season 11, I was like, oh my god, this role is not as good as it was 2 years ago.
I see.
Um,
I see.
yeah, I really like the durability update. I think it makes it a little bit
Yeah.
easier to play the game
For
from a
sure. For
my
sure.
perspective.
For 80 carries, like it's pretty good. Pretty good buff. Okay. So in terms of the runes, so let's start the analysis right now. So in terms of the runes, you obviously need to go fleet footwork almost every game. I mean, some people prefer Dark Harvest. I don't personally like it unless they are extremely squishy. But if you want to take a rune that is going to be consistent, fleet footwork is really good. Presence of Mind is really good. Bloodline is really good. Biscuit delivery time or Picton is very good, and then rune stats, this is like very good. I don't like the cut down because as you can see right here, they have no tank top, no tank jungle, no tank mid, no tank. Okay, so then why do why do we get cut down? Plus, in addition of that, the rune Coup de Grace, I'm sure you know it. It does damage on missing health. Your auto attack, your fourth auto attack, your crit does also damage based on missing health, and this stacks. So usually on Jhin, and remember, Collector, what does it do? It does damage when the people are really low. So if you think about, Coup de Grace giving you some extra damage when they are relatively low, the fourth shot, your crit does damage based on missing health. So you even do more damage when they are having like more missing health on them, and then getting Collector is going to give you even more damage. This is why I personally don't prefer getting cut down on Jhin unless they have like one big tank or like two big tanks.
I think
So that's
what I thought of this game, just to explain that, because I agree with you. Now that you explained it, I'm like, okay, wait, that makes a lot more sense to go coup de grace. I thought that Belveth would go tank, and so would Mordekaiser, but I guess she didn't go tank this
really?
game.
Okay, so Mordekaiser is really like never tank, right? He's just an AP that buys. Look at this build. Reefmaker, Rylite, he's tanky, but he's not a tank. A tank is Cho'Gath. Cyan is a tank.
Yeah.
Belveth,
Okay.
same thing, right? When you play against Belveth, he just wants to go lit, like he wants to go full damage. So that's basically. So again, if it's like a Cyan, then you can go. Otherwise, I wouldn't really go. Right here, you go for the leash. In this laning phase with the Jhin Vel'Koz, it's really important to push because obviously when you play AD carry, you want to allow your support to function and to operate in the lane. Meaning that right now, if he will, like obviously it's Vel'Koz, so he wants to poke. You can higher the chances of him poking. You can facilitate. You can allow him to poke him as long as you push the lane. So you can't stay here for too long right here. So I really appreciate that you're going to go for 4 hits, but the problem is that first of all, you didn't really use the Q. Remember, your Q is only 40 mana, so by the time that you get in the lane, you get it back. In addition of that, we know that if you use your Q, your crit does more damage. But why? Why does your crit, your 4 shot does more damage if you Q first?
You have less health.
Exactly. Correct. Perfect. So here, Q, crit, and then you play from there. Also, like it's so much better to go, this way. Why? It's because you're getting faster to the lane, which means you can push faster, which means Vel'Koz is going to be able to punish faster. Of course, if you're playing against, let's say, Nautilus, Kai'Sa, or something crazy level 1, then the way that you went is really good. Against Senna and Kai'Sa is like they are not that good level 1. They will also like look to leash their jungle usually. So if it was me, I would almost go this way. Almost go, because usually they just are bot lane. You're not going to get cheesed, and even if you get cheesed and you die like 1 out of 10 games, 9 out of 10 games you're going to win them because you're going to get level 2 advantage, basically.
Yeah, and she missed. She doesn't have flash, so
Yeah,
I knew she didn't have flash. I pinged it in the game, but yeah, I should have probably just went where Vel'Koz went.
And then here, in terms of the longsword and 3 potions, I mean, obviously you watch like Reckless and you watch Challenger. The problem is that the thing that they use, it doesn't work like this for you, because you don't have teammates, you don't have a support, you don't have a jungle, you don't have, so you will have a hard time playing with the same strategy like in Challenger in terms of itemization. What I will do, I will use a strategy that is going to allow me to farm, do damage, and be safe even if my support doesn't know how to play the game. So this is why I will always go boots and 4 potions, because getting swiftness early on, as you said, is really important. So then why do you get this item when you can actually just start boots, and next pack you can actually facilitate you getting boots faster, like the swiftness faster. So this is why in Challenger, longsword is fine, sometimes even blade is okay, but unless that's the case, I would always go for the boots and 4 potions because it's very consistent. Do you want to farm? No problem, boots are going to help you. Do you want to dodge skill shot? No problem, boots are going to help you. Do you want to play more aggressive? No problem, more movement speed is going to help you with that. Do you get poked because you have no support? No problem, boots are going to, like, do you see how flexible, how versatile the boots buy it is? Because right now, if you play against Senna and you want to make sure you don't get poked, I mean, with longsword, yes, you have 3 potions, but you don't really have movement speed.
think is very important on Jhin. But yeah, no, I almost always go it. I just wanted to try it this game, but yeah, no, I agree with you. I ended up just going Swifties anyway because I had 900
Perfect.
gold.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
okay.
used Q here to get the early
That's good.
push.
Okay, that's good. So you do this to get the early push. You're like walking up forward with the Velcos. What I appreciate about this is that you are constantly pushing, so this is very smart. I don't know what is Kaisa, maybe she recalled, but this is very, very nice. You're just looking to push. This is super good. And then right here, be very careful because you actually did a really big mistake. So first of all, remember that if you want to play aggressive with Jhin, you need to be able to understand what is the matchup and how do you want to trade. With Jhin, and Vel'Koz against Senna, Kaisa, you cannot trade this aggressively unless you have a big wave with you. Just because, first of all, Kaisa can actually hit isolated Q on you. You see how bad this is? She can hit isolated Q on you. And in addition to that, our Vel'Koz is actually pretty far. This is the range of the enemy, and this is your range. So they can actually hit you, and then Vel'Koz should actually walk up right here in order for him to hit the Q. Plus, in addition of that, how can he hit the Q in between those minions? So here, this is a big mistake. Next time when you trade, you really want to have more minions in this matchup. Unless that's the case, you can't really look to trade right here. Just because they're going to outtrade you completely. Look at this. You see? So if this is gold Lilo, like high gold, you probably just lost the lane. See? So this is not like a little mistake. So we need to be able to understand, because you said that your early game is the good one and the mid and late game is bad. It's actually the other way around. I will show you that your early game is not good at all, and your mid game is actually very smart. I think you watched a lot of videos about that coaching, because your mid game is pretty clean. So right here, really good that you're pushing, really good. Right now you have the crit, so if you want to trade right now and like punish, that's good. But if you're punishing right now when you're reloading, and you also give the ability to the Kaisa to like isolate QU, and then also in addition to that, our poor Vel'Koz, he can't really help you because his Q doesn't go through minions, so this is really bad trading. So be very careful. Next time, either have more minions, a lot more minions than them and look to trade, or simply just trade when you have your crit shot, your fourth shot. Okay, we'll keep pushing right here, so this is super smart. You're using the Q, pushing, 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 and then you beautifully try to punish them, try to double it. They actually use exhaust, so let's see this trade. So, do you have Q here? Okay, so when you go for the crit, this is very smart, because again, as I said, you have a lot of minions. Be very careful if you step up to forward. This is really nice. I really like this trade, Colin. The problem is that you didn't really use your abilities first. So obviously, if you use your W here, your character is going to stop and you get, rooted by her. But what you can do, and it's pretty fast, is your grenade, your Q. Because remember, your crit does damage based on missing health, meaning that if you Q first and then you crit, boom. You see? Because you just Q. Look at this. You don't Q at all, you see?
Yeah. And then I tried to,
To double it, yes.
You just always, so I just as a point of thought, always use Q, even with the mana. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the mana. Like, you don't have problems with the mana, right? Yeah, exactly.
So just use Q. Just think about using Q
before the crit. Yeah, before the crit. Again, if you can, some situations, of course, you can actually kill yourself by doing that, like in 1% of the situations. But usually, yeah, using Q before the crit is like really good. Okay, right now we get out traded. No problem. You heal. No problem. Vel'Koz is trying to do Vel'Koz things. And yeah, just your tendencies. I can see a little bit of your patterns, just your tendencies and how you actually trade in the lane phase. It doesn't feel like you have so much experience on this champion, because right now all what I have to do is keep hitting the minions so you can get lifesteal, let the potion to heal you, get Fleet Fork working for you, and then after you get the push, you want to trade. But look at you right now. Look at your how you're tunneling going on them. You see this? Looking for trade when they actually have higher range. So it doesn't feel like you understand what your support is able to do and what the matchup is basically how the matchup is basically operating. You see? So we are 2 minutes and 40 seconds in the game, and we took like two very, very bad trades that if you are gold 2 or gold 3 and you take them, again, you just lose lane level 1. So be very careful. Very careful. So this is like basically lane fundamentals. Yes, of course, if you have your fourth shot, your crit, of course you want to walk up. But there, you didn't really have too much. Like here right now, if you're looking to walk up and punish them, that's good. But otherwise, it's not very that good. So right now you're pushing. the enemy jungler started on the bot side, so he's most likely going to be exactly on the top side. So this is smart that you're pushing, because of course if you get pushed in this situation, you'll get poked down by the Senna. So this is very, very smart by you. Playing with the Velko is super, super, super nice. This is good. Very good. Pushing, pushing, pushing. You have fleet footwork working for you. I do recommend you to not throw the W's again, unless you can actually root and do something with it, because you know it's like 50 mana, and you just prefer to spam Q's rather than like W's. Okay, go for a little word. Okay, I like this word. This is pretty good. Because you see
I
that.
just didn't want to miss any XP there.
Yeah, that's good.
Why.
That's good. That's good. That's good. You put it here and you go again. Like, let's see. Why do you W here? Okay, so you W because Velkos hits it. No problem. Trying to punish, then pushing, 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 pushing. That's good. Then you just go for the recall. You semi-crush the wave. Obviously, theoretically, you have to crush the whole wave to the tower. Practically, right now, because we have like only 3 more minions, this is not feasible for them because it's just 3 minions. If it was 4 minions right here, you should have pushed because you have enough mana in HP. You should have crushed the wave, right? Because they could have frozen. But why can't they freeze right now?
Because there's 3 minions and not 4, and because the turret is hitting the cannon.
Exactly. And then right now you go for beautiful swiftness. You actually get a potion. Of course, if it was me and you have the money, then I would prefer a refillable potion. But in this situation, you didn't have refillable potion. You didn't have money. Right now you get swiftness, so this is good. The wave. So tell me more about this wave, Colin. Let's see.
So the wave is pushing into me because I have 5 minions and she has 6 minions. So I'm gonna last hit the minions.
True.
So I'm gonna wait.
So right now. So right now in this position, so what is the advantage of like letting the wave push into you?
So I have vision, and I know my jungler is bot side.
Yes.
So her pushing into me, I don't know if she has vision, but Kane has very good ganks over that wall. I'm sorry, that wall right there.
I know.
So what my goal was to try to bait her because she has no subs into pushing into me and having Kane come after Gromp and kill her and then go to Dragon.
Yeah, but the problem is that this is not up to you. You're making a play around your jungle. Like your jungle is not going to respawn, right? So what are the advantages of you letting the wave push into you? The advantages not for the Kane, but for you. Because you're right, that's right. But I mean, you're not playing in Challenger. You have a bronze jungle, right? So I'm not going to expect this guy to have a brain. So right here, what are the advantages for us? If we let the waves come into us.
Kite has no sums.
True.
She I don't remember what her items are right now, but I like to look at items and just to see what I can. So she has no refillables. She only has, so she has no healing, right? She can only have taste of blood. So any trade I take is going to be advantageous for me. So I think the advantage for me that of pushing in her wave is that now she's pushed up without sums. And Vel'Koz is going to make it back most likely before Senna because Senna didn't take boots. So we could probably try to punish her, which I do think we do punish her. But
yes, so right here you're deciding in hindsight. You don't know what Senna is buying in the base. So the advantage is, without really looking at the items and anything, is that so if the wave is coming into you and you have the wave right here into your tower, the advantage is for you is that first of all you are safe. You cannot get ganked. So this is about you. It's not about Vel'Koz being able to poke. Yeah, those are like secondary and tertiary advantages. But again, like the most important thing is that you're making yourself safe. The advantage of you letting the wave push into you is that you're very safe and you can farm into the tower. The advantage of you pushing the wave here, let's say if you screw up the wave and you actually just push, the advantage of you pushing into them is that when Vel'Koz is in the lane, we're going to poke them hard. So pushing will facilitate you poke. So the only reason why you're not hard pushing right here is that you don't know what is the enemy jungle. If you know what is the enemy jungle and you have Vel'Koz on bot lane, you hard push. But why?
Poke them because they're Jhin and
Exactly. So you can actually poke them into the tower because we have a Vel'Koz and the Jhin. Super important. So having the wave come into you right now is fine because again, like you'd love to poke them, push them, and kill them. The problem is that we don't know where is the jungle. So if you push and you get pranked, it's not going to be good. So here, You should chill and only last it. If you queue, this is bad, you see? Because by queuing, you're pushing the wave. So the worst thing that you can do is QEW, QEW. This is the worst thing that you can do. You see? So this is not good wave management. Yes, if if Belvech shows up on top lane right now and you're doing this, I mean, I'm like, wow, Colin, this is so good. You're just pushing. But right now, as you can see, you're pushing a little bit too fast, or like you deep pushed a little bit too fast before. Because look at this gang. This gang, the wave should have been right here, and this is going to be the Kai'Sa, this is going to be the Senna, and this is going to be Jhin, and this is going to be Vel'Koz. So when Kayn comes, they have literally no way to escape without stumps. But because we didn't manage the wave, you see that we actually influenced the Kayn as well. Super important. So next time, try to think a little bit more about the wave and what we want to do. Yes?
Yes, and I think sometimes I go ADHD, which is the problem there, because if you notice, I literally said it in my head and then I just pushed it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing certain things and I'm responding to it. So in game, I'm not like I'm thinking about it, but I'm not actually doing it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah, I mean, obviously, first of all, you would have to get comfortable mechanically with the champion, because right now, if you can't hit your ultimate, you can't really think about the waves, right? Just because you will always consciously think about, oh, I need to hit that skill shot. Oh, I need to Q like this. Oh, I need to angle my double like that. If you play, let's say, 100 games on Jhin, those are going to be muscle memory, meaning that you can actually bound and split that attention, like 90% of your attention, to answering those questions of, hey, do I need to push? Do I need to freeze? Do I need to? But right now, you can't do that, because 80% of your attention is, oh, I need to hit my Q like this. I need to hit my double like this, just because you haven't played Jhin that much, or at least you haven't played him as much, so you can actually hit your Ws, hit your Rs like muscle memory, you know? So it all comes down from your lack of experience on the champion. Super important. So right now you push, and then you're looking at the Drake. The Drake is like down, so you don't actually need to move there. You decide to stay on the bot lane right here, chilling, trying to zone him. You try to go on them and follow them. Your wave is in a fine position, so you can always like follow them right here a little bit. Let's see what you're going to do. So you're going to look to push the wave. This is good. Since Vel'Koz and Kayn is here, you look to push the wave. Let's see what they're going to do. So right here, recalling right here is bad. First of all, because because right now your team is fighting, they're pressuring. Second of all, if you saw, Kai'Sa was also like pretty low, so you don't actually have to recall unless you're in a danger of dying. If you know you can pressure more, then you should stay. You know, so this one is concerning, because this happened, you know how many times? Remember that I already watched the game, so I know every single mistake that you're doing. 5 times you did this in the game. Recalling when your team is pushing, you're pressuring, trying to do something, and you're recalling. So this means that with this decision making, what is going to happen in your games is that I think that you will have games where you're ignoring your teammates and you're just getting flamed, or you will have games where you're just following them too much. So this is a pattern, this is a habit. So right here, again, what is the problem? The problem is that we want to match our pressure with the teammates' pressure. If they pressure, if the enemy team, like if your team is going to try to pressure, unless you are like very, very low, or you have like 3k gold, you should look to pressure with them. And in this case, let's be honest, you have 500 gold and you have enough HP, considering that Senna and Kai'Sa, they're even lower than you. So right now, you should basically go around and stay right here. If they don't do anything, then you just turn onto the waves. But the worst thing that you can do is recalling when they actually pressure. So you should look to stay around them. Does it make sense?
So in that sense, have a less selfish play style in that case.
In that case.
And I think, yeah, now that you mention it, that's kind of a habit that I have, where I will...
Yes. So it's good to be selfish. Again, I'm saying that if you had really low HP, really low mana, if you have like 2000 gold in your inventory, it's good to be selfish. Like, you don't want to get in that fight if you have 2k gold. But in this situation, who's going to kill you? This Senna? Nah. This guy? This kid? Nah, it's not going. Like, you're low, but you're not in a threat of dying. So why recalling when you can pressure with your team, you know?
Flash and heal, and I got Presence of Mind. Okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah, but right now it's already like a big mistake. You shouldn't be here in the first place. Like you should just be like right now. You should be here with them, basically staying behind them. Of course, you don't want to commit to them, but you want to stay behind them. And look at this. Here you should stay with them. This is good positioning. Good W. And then here, this is really, really bad. Look at this. This is a huge mistake. And this is probably holding you back in silver. So if you're recalling, when you're recalling, you really need to move your camera and be like all what I have to see is like, juicy, 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 juicy. I'm losing farm and I'm losing farm. So you're losing farm and you have to be like, wait, but I don't want to die. I mean, I'm an AD carry. I don't want to die. And you have to be like, wait, but can those kids kill me? In the tower? What do you think?
Really no.
Exactly. They have no chance. You're right. If you have really low HP and they're full HP and you're like, I'm not going to stay here, they're full HP, they can dive me, you need to recall. But in this case, no, they need to recall. You can stay for the wave. Because if you're recalling right now, first of all, you're losing so much experience and so much gold. And this Kaisa, she's a lot worse than you. She has less items, so you should look to stay because there is no threat if you stay into your tower and you just farm safely. So I don't want to say you want to be more greedy for the farm, but you want to be more hungry for it because right now you're just going to lose the farm. And we're very lucky that this guy is so bad on Kai'Sa, so horrible on AD carry. She didn't crush the wave into the tower. You see this mistake? So you're lucky that you play in silver, you don't get punished for your mistakes. But again, if you're playing in gold, if this game is platinum, you 100%, this is FF 15 minutes because of what happened in bot lane. The way we manage the waves, the way we traded level 1, level 2. So you see the early game is the problem. Because right here, you should have 60 farm, 8 minutes, and she should have 30. This is how you make an AD carry gap. Because you can't control the Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz did bad, but it doesn't matter. But if you're really good on AD carry, then you can gap the enemy AD carry, have a good farm. Because you have a pretty fine farm, but it could have been so much better, you see? So rule of thumb, you want to be more hungry for the minions. And right here, be careful with those decisions right here. So when you go into the laning phase and you're right here, those are the minions, right? So you need to stay basically here or here to farm the wave. You're not in any danger of dying. In any danger. So the worst thing that I can do is exactly what I did. Phase check everything and try to go here. Where is Belveh? Where is Sona? They can be literally right here, you see?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly. So next time, what you should be doing is that you should basically stack this wave. You should wait the next wave right here. And you should push this, like you should stack a wave, like 2 waves. Then you should crash the wave into the tower. And when the big wave is in the tower, and then you go for the ward, then no one can punish you. Why? It's because Kaisa will be here, Senna will be here. You will see them, so then you can go for vision. You see, Colin? So this is
yes.
basically...
No, I understand. I understand 100%. You know what? And again, I think I'm thinking about it, but I'm not actually doing it. And I have ADHD brain where I'm like, I gotta go do this ward, even though you're 100% correct. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, okay, why am I making that mistake?
Yeah.
Because I'm doing one thing before the other, even though I literally know, like, after I'm like, why did I even do that? Like, that's a pushing wave. I could have stacked, because I believe that was second wave. I could have just stacked the cannon wave, and now I can pretty much stack 3 waves and get full prio pressure. And now Singe comes down, but my Vel'Koz died as a result. She uses ult here, but we end up killing 2 and getting everything.
Let's see.
Still, it could have just been way better.
Exactly. So let's see how you play this one right here. So you auto attack, okay, no problem. You try to look to push this wave. You get poked a little bit, but you have the refillable potion. I don't like that again right here. You're actually letting the wave push into you instead of like... So right here, just with this situation, again, constantly push, because if Senna pushes you, she will poke you. So right here, the first thing that you should do, literally, Q this wave. Right now. Yeah, right now. You can Q the first time, and then the second time you can blow the minions up with the Q. Because if you start a wave, if you start pushing the wave with the Q, they have no way they are going to match it. No way they are going to regain priority. No way they are going to get control of the lane, you see? So here, look at you. You just auto-attack in the Senna. You should Q, push. It's all about pushing in this lane. Yes, if you have a Thresh or if you have an Alistar, it's different, you know, just have to play slow, have to wait him throw the hook. But in this case, pushing is everything pretty much. And because you didn't push, look at this, we lost priority. So then this is why Vel'Koz dies. So you see that you killed Vel'Koz, Colin.
Yeah, I see that now. Okay.
Exactly. So this is why I never like to say, oh, my support is bad. Because if you're really good, he will still be bad, but he will be a little bit better than bad. But if you're also like, if you are, let's say, playing the game suboptimally and he's bad and you make him 10 times worse, that's going to be so bad, right? Because he's
Yeah, no,
bad, but then
yeah.
we don't want to make him worse. So right here, we're also staying a little bit. You see how far you're staying to him. You're right. This is a bad fight because you know Kaisa is like going on him, but you can stay right here. So if Kaisa steps like right here to actually hit him, then you can at least hit Kaisa, and then when you see that the fight is over, you can still still have time to like back off. Because right now you're basically staying in Africa, and the poor Vel'Koz is like running, so you stay like a little bit too far. And then right now you're coming in again. Good hit, good E. You're using your heal. Again, right here you should... So what combo should we use right now? We have Q and we have crit. What should we use? So we have Q and we have 4-shot.
Q first, then crit.
Exactly. But do you see what they do? Bam. Nope, not like this. And then you not use Q at all. You see this? You see this mistake?
You know what? Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe I do, and then maybe this sounds kind of, wishful thinking, but I think I. Why do I not just use Q? I think this game is like, as I can say, I've made a lot of mistakes this game because I know to do it. I think I think about doing it, but I don't actually do it. So I think it's the muscle memory that's the problem.
It's the muscle memory. Yes, it is. The problem is that... Please.
No, I think I'm just not like I see where the mistakes are, and they're definitely really bad mistakes. Now I'm looking, holy shit.
Exactly.
But I think that I'm not queuing, but I've done it before. I'm just not like it's just not coming to me naturally. If that makes any sense.
Yes, but this is normal because we play so many champions.
So many
You see?
champions, yeah.
Exactly. And if you play like Jhin, and then Ash, Jhin, you do that for 1 week, I guarantee you that you're going to come at me and say, what the fuck, my ulti is like 10 times better right now. Because you actually play the champion right now. You know? But if you play like Lucian, Kalista, Kaisa, Vayne, Tahm Kench, Seraphim, Vayne, Draven, Ashe, and then you play this game with Jhin, you're going to be like, what the fuck, I'm so bad with W's. Well, of course, because you don't have the experience, you see?
Yes.
Exactly. So we just need to get a little bit more experience on the champion. If you like him, he's a good champion. So right here...
I love Jhin.
That's good because he's not a bad champion. And then here, maybe you could tell me a little bit more about... You see that you bought this extra longsword? Can you tell me more about it?
So I had 350 gold, and I just felt like maybe having an extra. I know that sounds crazy, but having an extra 10 AD in this fight would not be a bad idea. And the reason for that is that I'm going to build into. Excuse me. I'm going to be building into rated
collector. Oh yeah.
Collector. And on Jhin, AD is his most useful stat anyway. I wouldn't probably do this on any other champion. By the way, I just think this is really, really bad. But I thought because we're also in a losing situation here as well. Sona has her Magi's. I don't know why she has Magi's, but Mordekaiser is 3-0. Sona has 2-0, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's not going to make a whole lot of difference, but I have this 350 gold. I'm just sitting on it. Might as well just get that extra little AD. Just maybe it can get a kill or something like that. I don't know.
The problem is that you're delaying your power spike. So look at this skill.
Yeah.
Right now you're recalling and you have 843 gold. If you didn't buy this item, right now you have in base 1200, which means that if you just wait 25 gold, you have the Gale Force. But because you bought this item, yes, short term, you have a bit more AD. but long term it's so horrible that you just delay your power spike. And AD carry is a long term role. It's playing around small wins. It's playing for a little amount of gold. You want to get gold and you want to get it reliable. You don't really care about, you know, having a little bit extra damage. And in addition to that, thinking about Mordecai actually stop. You'll never hit him unless like you're talking about minute 20 or something. You know, Sona will just be mid lane. She will almost never roam. Maybe sometimes she will, but 10 AD will almost never make the difference. But the fact that you delay your power spike, you see right now you recall, right? And you have 850. And then if you do 850 and you didn't buy this item, you could get collector. But because you bought this item, look at this. You're recalling and you can just buy cloak. You see this? Just because you bought this item. So does it make sense?
Yes. No. It makes sense. Yes.
Exactly. So I don't recommend you buying. I recommend you buying just towards the Gale first. And then right here it's even worse. So remember that I said that mistake with the recall. You're doing it over and over and over and over again. Look at this. So right now your team is fighting, sure. And then right now you're recalling. You're recalling in the sense in a moment where first of all Kaisa is a lot lower than you, so you need to pressure, you need to push, you need to take the tower, you need to get plates, you need to win the game, you need to push your lead. Vel'Koz and Cant, they are trying so hard to push the lane. But what do? We're like, oh guys, sorry, I just need to recall. So you see? So first of all, we shouldn't recall because our team is pressuring. Second of all, we don't even need to recall if the enemy AD carry is lower than us, unless you have like, let's say you have, you know, 2k gold or like 3k gold. So again, you lose a lot of games because you're playing way too safe. Do you know why I actually wrote right here? I don't know, because you saw it and you said that you thought that I wrote that you played too safe in the later stages, but it's actually in the early game. You see, this is what I meant, playing too safe. You're not pushing your advantages. And you know what this is going to do to your gameplay? You will have games when you're 10-0 and you can't carry. You will have games when you're 5-0 and you're not doing anything. You'll feel like, oh, I'm AD carry, I'm having zero influence. I need a duo, or you know, I need someone. It's because you're not pushing your lead. Like, yes, you get this lead with 90 minions. You could get 120 minions, and this guy has 30. If you played it better, if you pressured, if you try to, you know, push your advantage basically. So this is basically what you should be doing right now. You should be staying because they are pressuring. We wanna like stay into the tower. We wanna like Q them, prank them, and then right now we go on the laning phase, and look how many mistakes we did. We didn't know when to recall. We just recall for no reason. We bought wrong items. We delayed our power spike, and right now this looks like really bad. So we lost this. Well, if you lose this game, you basically have lost it in the early game. Okay, and I want to see also like some team fights from you, basically. Good. I would really love to see you in a live coaching, like in a like you play in front of my eyes and we see how you're doing, basically.
Would you like to do that after or?
Yeah, after the coaching session, you will have to like a homework. You will have a little bit of practice, and then we can schedule another one, because you would have to improve on those things first, right? We can do sessions over and over, but if you're not really having time to like practice, that's not going to be too efficient, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Good. So we need to practice those things, basically. The
Cool.
laning phase. Okay, one more thing right here. When Vel'Koz is recalling and you're looking to stay, you should ping him. You should ping assistance, so he can actually stay in the lane. Because if he recalls and you stay, then you're just going to get ganked. If Vel'Koz is here, look at this. If Vel'Koz is here with his Q, he kills the Kaisa, then he flashes out of the Sona. Sona still kills you. You're right, but we get 2 kills in addition to that. So when he's pressing B, unless he's like really low, you should ping him to stay with you. Like right now, assistance. Bro, Vel'Koz, I need you. You're my support. Of course, that there is a chance that he doesn't listen. And you should not ping like 5 times because he's not going to just mute you. You should try to ping 2 times. But if he listens, that's really good. If he doesn't listen, then you just have back off and play from there. Because again, you can't control him, but you want to have a suggestion. You want to let him know, hey bro, nope, this is not good. I need you to stay here. And if he doesn't stay, he doesn't stay, you know? But you should try it, at least. and then we just end up dying. Yeah, in the mid game it was much better in the mid game and the late game. The rotations that he did around farming were actually pretty good. I liked how you played around farming. The fact that you mentioned, I don't know if you remember, you mentioned that you went mid lane and some of the players in silver don't do that. Yeah, that was very smart by you, and I'm very proud of you. You actually did it. That was very, very nice. Very, very nice.
Like,
So
I think to a caveat, people do go mid lane, but it's like 4 people mid
yes,
instead of
yes.
having the top go bot lane, the mid go top lane, right? I mean that's just general challenger stuff, so you can't expect that. But for example, that we both go mid and then we take mid because again, as the AD carries, as the AD carry, we're looking to be the carry of the team, and the 2 biggest team fights in this example are going to be the Dragon and Baron, and or Rift Herald, because it's not 20 minutes yet. Now it's pretty much 20 minutes. I believe Rift Herald's down anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
the main reason why you go mid lane here is because not because you want to fight or anything, it's just because your wave is pushed in and you just want to catch as much gold as possible. So you can get the raptors, you can get the wolves, you can maybe go the wave mid lane. So it is because of this wave is pushed in very far away basically. But yeah, you're right. You also want to be there, you know, in case anything happens. Okay, this was good. And then also you stay a little bit. So let's see how we play this one. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so you try to help him. Do you play with locked camera?
no, I don't.
Okay, interesting. Because here you should just stay here and like hit the closest target. Like here, as you can see in this fight, you're going into the like Mordekaiser doesn't have ulti, right? Like right now Mordekaiser is in ulti. So why are we going like this into the enemy team when we can actually go towards our team? You see? So if you just kite Kaisa and you go like this, you're just going to be fine. Like you see, there is no reason why we should walk like this when we can just stay here, hit, go like this, stay with our team, then ulti from here, you ulti like this, you kill them, then you get mid tower, and it's easy. So we didn't play it too good.
That's one thing. That positioning, if that makes any sense. So I
Yes.
saw Kaisa, but I was afraid of Kaisa, so that's why I Gale Force healed into Singed, which at that time it was kind of a reactionary play. But yeah, positioning again, that's like a big problem. But I should have realized that, okay, who's gonna probably kill me? Mordekaiser and Sona, or the Kaisa that's like 1 and 2. Probably
Yes.
not. That's 1 and 2. So
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
like again, thinking about it, but not actually doing it. So I come down here, I steal a kill. I decide to push with Aatrox.
Yeah, if we would have to go to all of the things, there are so many mistakes. Even this one, this is like really bad play. Like right now, for example, look at this. So you pushed mid lane like instantly, and then you try to move to the bot lane. This is fine. So when you're moving to the bot lane, you really want to like take a look at the fight and like see what's going on. So right here, they are bot lane, they are pushing really hard. Kane is there, your wave mid is pushed in very far. So this is okay to move. So right now, moving there is really, really good. So moving there is super good. You're looking at them, and right now you should just press R. Right now. There is no way you're going to get here and get a kill unless you steal it with the Gale first. You can just ulti, and if you ulti, first of all, you just zone them. Like, where are they going to go? Like this. I mean, you can kill them like this. You can still kill them, and then if you don't, Aatrox is going to kill them anyways. And then in addition to that, you can stick kills, and then you can immediately turn to the mid wave, because mid wave is basically what you're looking for here.
Is in part of that is my
Camera control or
no,
Jhin mechanics?
my uncomfortability
Yes, with the champ.
R.
Yes.
With Ring, if that makes any sense.
Yes, but you should try it, because if you don't try it, I mean, you're not going to learn how to use it, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, of course.
Exactly.
Okay. So I definitely. I think here was really good. Right?
Nice. Good kiting here. Well played.
This was good.
Let's see the ult. I want to see the ulti. Let's see. Okay, let's see ulti. 1, okay. 2, missed. 3, okay. 4. Okay, it was on a good direction. Let's see the W here. Q, W, missed. You get exhaust. Oh, you got it. E, good kiting. Good kiting. One more. Okay, kill him. Beautiful. One more. 1, 2, perfect. Then you're going to the Drake. You're taking the Drake. And then let's see how you play this one. I want to see. I don't know how crazy this guy is with his Sona. You didn't really Q before crit, as you can see. Not good. W, try to like stun her. Auto. Gale first, kill her. Then you stay around your bot. You kill the Kai'Sa, then here you recall. In this position, because you actually, again, same thing. You see, this is the 4th time when you're just recalling for absolutely no reason and you're scared. Sona is dead. Belvech just respawned. Mordekaiser is dead. Kai'Sa is dead. There is absolutely no way you're going to die. You got an advantage. You need to think about how can I push my advantage? How can I push my advantage in a very secure and reliable way? You can just get the wave on bot lane before you recall. You know, it doesn't cost you anything since this guy and this guy and this guy is dead. And also this guy is in base. Super important. So you're not pushing your advantages basically. You're just playing too safe. Not pushing advantages. Going recall instantly when you can push one more wave. Playing too safe. Okay. And then in the mid game you actually play surprisingly well. So you're staying on mid lane, you're pushing. I want to tell you that your mid game was definitely very good. And your late game was also pretty okay. Of course, you know, some ults that were missed, some Ws that were missed, but no problem. I'm not going to be too harsh about that one. What you need to know is that you are good in mid game. I would give you a 9. I would give you a 9 out of 10 because it's not clean. Like you're still making some rotations that shouldn't happen, but you're definitely very good. Late game, I would give you an 8 because you're fine in team fights, but you need to play more Jhin. You need to get better at the mechanics, and yeah, your problem is early game. I would give you like a 4 in early game because of the wave management. We just push without like thinking, and then recall timings. You could have pushed your advantage so many more times. You get kills, and then your team is pressuring. We can get plates, but no, we just recall. And then the enemy team is really low. You're like half HP, but no, you just recall. Like so many times when you didn't really, you know, take an advantage of those situations. So this is why I would give you like a 4 out of 10 in early game, 9 out of 10 in mid game, 8 out of 10 in late game. So this is basically.
Just to talk about the early game more, because again, that's the weakest area, obviously. I think also I developed this bad habit from I've lost a lot of games in the early game. Again, it's low elo, but you know, where I have done like overzealous things. So I think I developed a bad habit where I have a lead and I don't want to throw it, so I'm just not trying to throw it, right?
I see.
Yeah, and I don't trust myself. Now the wave management stuff, that's just like in the Q 4th grade auto shot. That's just, you know, playing the and
Yes,
but the I think the hesitation is because I feel like, okay, I have to carry, or I'm going to be useless, so I cannot make any mistakes. I can't, you know, push my lead, because if I push my lead, maybe somebody comes down and rotates. Maybe.
Yeah, but if you don't push your lead, you don't win the game. So you don't win the game anyways, right? So that's the thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So taking more risks, but it's not like greedy risk. It's like, you know, having a good risk management, basically.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll give you the grade. So next time when I coach you, I will know. Okay, so mid game rotations plus macro, 9 out of 10.
Mark. Late team fighting.
Early game, recall timings, wave management, or trading. Trading was definitely pretty bad. 4 out of 10 this one. So we need to work on this one. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, because this is the only way I can see if the content is good. Otherwise, I would not make it. Please feel free to share with me what you want to see on this channel, so I can maybe make a video with that. Remember that what you're seeing right now on YouTube is just a limited part of the whole coaching session. If you're serious about getting better in League of Legends, I invite you to book your personalized high-quality coaching session by adding me on Discord now. More details in the description. For those who are really serious about improving climbing but don't really have the financial resources to have their own coaching, if you want to get access to all of my coaching sessions and improve 10 times faster, you can subscribe to my exclusive Patreon where I post every single coaching that I do between 7 and 15 hours per day. I already have over 115 videos right there on how to climb on AD carry, support, top lane, jungle, mid lane, wave management, videos for every rank, bronze, silver, gold, diamond, grandmaster, every single rank. If you want to get full access to all of those exclusive videos and find out what are the new secrets on how to get better and how to enjoy the game even more, I invite you to click the link below or somewhere right here and make League of Legends fun again. What are we waiting for? The links are down below in the description.